head-to-head combat. We have no information on the FIE site, but we believe they have probably fenced a couple of times, either in USA, Canada, or in the Pan Am Championships.
Yeah, in the Americas somewhere. It's likely they've met up in the youth categories. And yeah, it's remarkable to have an athlete this young in fencing who is, is almost guaranteed being on the Olympic team. Reminiscent of Becca Ward.
Yeah, the Becca Ward phenom and saber from the U.S., winning the cadets, the juniors, and the senior world championships all in the same year.
Right.
Went on to take a bronze medal in the Olympics in 2008.
Well, Canada has had some great Olympians and some great fencers over the years. They've done very well. They're a strong team.
Yeah, Jessica Gao is a little bit of a phenomenon when you consider she's only 15 years old now, and when she was 13, she was able to take a medal in the Pan American Games against some of the top fencers in the world at that time.
Pan American Games being actually, I believe, the second largest sporting event in the world after the Olympics. It's a huge event. Most people don't realize it's so big.
A lot of weapons and countries represented in that event.
A lot of sports.
I mean sports, sorry, not weapons, but sports in that event.
2-0 for Jessica. Winner of this match makes it into the finals for the gold medal.
Gao extending her lead to 3-0. Counterattack, opposition. Once again, you're seeing the advantage of that left hand, just being able to close the line out. We saw it effectively used by the lefty who won the junior men's world.
Well, and just in the last bout, we saw it used effectively by the Russian. The same setup.
And I think at this level, it makes a lot more difference than when you get to the senior level.
Sure. 6-0 for the Canadian.
Yep. Jing is asking for a video review.
Point confirmed at 6-0.
That attack was off target.
Straightening her weapon.
Yeah.
The fencing weapons have to be have to be very straight, and each weapon has a certain amount of bend that they measure. It basically has to be pretty straight, but there's a little tool that they have that they measure to make sure that it's straight. It's to keep them consistent and also to keep them safe.
Jing finally gets on the board.
The blades are made of what's called miraging steel. It's a type of steel that in the manufacturing process is actually aligned at the molecular level to make sure that when it breaks clean with no jagged edges for safety.
Very repost.
Action picking up a little bit here.
Jessica Gao.
Canada in the lead, 7-1. Going to 15. We're still in the first period of 3.
Another pair of reposts from Gao.
At this point, we might not make all 3 periods because if she makes 15 points, then we're done.
That is true. Jing wants to change her weapon. Always a good tactic when you've got a big lead to overcome. Gives you a moment to collect your thoughts. And sometimes weapon's just not feeling right. And that confidence from having the right weapon can make a big difference for a fencer. Once again, counter thrust, making her go over her left shoulder. Jing going over the left shoulder, missing target completely. A little infighting off target.
Big lead by the Canadian over USA, 9-1.
She is working her parry repost game, which makes it very hard when you don't know if she's going to go defensive or offense. And Alexandra Jing is going to have to figure that one out.
Trying around the shoulder touch just a little too late.
The remise was way ahead. And for those of you who are not familiar with the world of fencing and the terminology, a remise is after the initial attack, picking the attack up again and doing it in either in time, which is a remise of an attack, or just in time to get one touch or one light. The machines are designed so that if there's timing in those machines, that if the touch arrives too late after the first one, it will not light up and will not score.
Here in the Cairo International Stadium. You can't tell from looking at the dark background strip, but we're in a big indoor stadium here. Almost like a mini Superdome.
A very empty, very large stadium.
So we appreciate everyone out there watching on YouTube on the FIE Fencing channel, because you are our audience. You are the virtual spectators that we wish we had also here in the stadium, but with the bubble concept and the current conditions with the pandemic, we just can't do that.
No. Jing makes a parry repost down at the end of the strip.
In fact, when each fencer is eliminated, they cannot stay and watch. They have to go back to their hotel.
Along with their cadre. Medical, coaches.
And that's got to affect the fencers to some degree, I think, not having their teammates there to cheer them on. That, that's always a nice thing.
Well, it's not just a nice thing. A lot of that just gives the fencer the energy, it gets the adrenaline up. Often it's enough to make the fencer fence at a higher level. Jing makes another successful attack. Gets the score to 3-12.
Almost to the first break here.
We're going to do a video review. So we're going to be
Here you can see it in slow motion.
This is what the...
That's what the referee sees.
Mm-hmm. Attack arrives on the arm from Gao. Oh,
single light.
Parry repost. That's been her bread and butter for this match.
Well, and she's getting in the territory there. Coming up on the break. So, all right. Don, I'm going to ask you a question I've asked you before. You're the coach. You've got Miss Jing down by 10 points. What do you tell her?
Well, I would say stop getting parry repost. And I would say that right now it would probably be a good thing to really change the tempo. See, as we're speaking, you see some of the highlights from the previous match. You've got, in her corner, she's got Ralph Bissendorf, great German foil fencer. I mean, a serious strategist. So it's really a matter of, I mean, this is not insurmountable. It happens on occasion, but you're fencing a very, very experienced fencer with Jessica Gao. So There's a lot of work that she would need to do to make this happen. And she's going to have to change something in how she's fencing. I mean, drastically.
Right. Of course, both these girls are going to get a medal. The question is who makes it into the gold medal round, get either a silver or gold. And looking challenging for the American, with Jessica 2 points away from a victory here in the semifinals. Very close to the end of the warning area. You don't want to go off that line with both feet, otherwise you lose a point. And that's the last thing she needs right now, although that's what happened anyway. 14-3 for Jessica Guo. Single light for Jing, 14-4.
You know, if it was just a matter of time, she had plenty of time to make, and there you can see the action. One light.
Yes.
Nice pair of repos. Yep, and another one.
And there it is. Jessica Guo of Canada makes it into the gold medal round.
So she will be fencing Miss Anastasia Beznosakova, and that'll be coming up after the semifinals of the